Hello, stock traders. I hope all of you did much better today. Now, there were some good news definitely that came from the market. Pelosi came out with a news conference saying that they were close for a stimulus deal, and you definitely saw the market react to that. So once that happened this afternoon, we started to see better gains. There was a sell-off there towards the end. I think that there were investors who thought that it would be instantaneous and suddenly we would have a deal and everything would be going well. But hopefully you did better. The climate is definitely a little bit better. Still waiting for that stimulus deal to be announced before I get all in on the market, but I did increase my positions a little bit today, and I think you're safe to do that as long as you are picking the right stocks, because you are only as good as the stocks you pick, and it's so true. Today I finished up with a 3.43% gain. I had a spectacular day intraday trading for sure. So month to date, if you are following the top 7 and others, you should be at a 3.75% gain. In comparison to Dow Jones Industrial, that is right at a 2% gain so far this month. So doing a little bit better than the Dow Jones Industrial, but definitely the market has been tough here lately. Year to date, I am at a 590% gain since January 1. That, of course, is very exciting. I'm looking forward to more gains throughout the year, although this has been treacherous here lately. But it's getting better. I want to put out hope there. It is going to get better. There is going to be some good news and things will settle down. I believe the market has overreacted to the fear. So there is a correction upwards that could be in our future. I think we're really close to the bottom. Anyway, today I intraday traded BPTH and SQBG, and I had a lot of success doing so, but my very first trade was not successful. I traded BPTH for a 10% loss. Then I went to BPTH again for a 0.4% loss, and then I went to it a third time for a 4.8% gain. And then I got on SQBG right before the market opened, and I was able to trade that for 49% gain. So that was my big success today. And then I went back to it for a 7.1% loss after market open, and then later in the day finished out with MPLN for a small gain. So overall I had a 50% win rate and a 29.3% gain intraday tradings. That is what I call pretty successful, even though it was only a 50% win rate. I like to use Webull for my intraday trading. If you are looking for a powerful broker, they have fantastic scanning tools at your fingertips. So I highly recommend them because you can trade it as early as 3 a.m. Central Time and as late as 7 p.m. at night. Check them out in the description down below. You get one free stock when you sign up and another free stock when you deposit money. So I have 2 sales of the top 7 and others list that I made today. One was CALM, that was an insider swing play, and that one traded for a 1.1% loss, so that was unfortunate. It did not do that great. And the other one was a follow the money pick, and this pick really didn't perform, although after I sold it, then it started to go up with the positive news that was announced today. And that is PLTR, sold for a 5.05% loss. So we have this group, and it's a great group to be a part of. I highly recommend that you check it out. It's our Patreon group. There's lots of great investors in it and a lot of great things that you can learn from one another. Entry point is so important. I get this question a lot. How do you enter your stock? Well, I actually have a video on it. You might just check out the entry point video that I have. It's really good for after that early morning dip. So right after the market opens, typically there is a dip that happens just about on every stock. And about 15 minutes after open is usually the best time. This entry point video that I have goes into how I like to enter, what I look for. And so I highly recommend that you check it out. It's a great video. It's very informative, and I think it will do well for you. If there's a catalyst that happens right after market close, I will look to get in up to 2% up in aftermarket if it's a really strong catalyst. I want to get in that. So for example, like on an insider, I will look to get in up to 2% up, and I'll try for that. And if it rises above that, I let it go. I'll worry about it in the morning after the market opens because I want to catch that dip. It's so important not to chase, not to have FOMO and go after those stocks. So FOMO is not your friend. You can get too excited to get in a stock, think that you're going to miss out, and not have the proper discipline and miss out on a great gains that you could have had if you just would have been more patient. So patience is key. And a lot of times with a lot of these insider picks, you need to get in after market open. It's very important, just because that's where it's going to happen. Check out that entry point video. I think you'll be glad that you did. All right, so I've been doing the top 7 and others, and it's gotten to be so many stocks. So I'm going to start to limit this down to just the top 7 stocks I think are going to do well tomorrow. Now, if you want my latest picks and you want to know entry points and exit points and all of that, check out the basic membership of our Patreon group, because there's a Discord that's attached to that, and I share alerts with all of my basic members on when I'm entering, when I'm exiting, what I'm looking for. This is a stock that I think will do well. I think you'll be glad that you did. It's definitely worth it. So let's get to the top 7 and get going on that. Number 7 is Pharmaceuticals. Now, this one has not performed very well, but I think it's about to turn a corner. It definitely had a good day today. On Thursday, it finished up 2.63%. My average in it's $8.34, and they have a PDUFA date coming up next Friday. So this is really coming up. And analysts have put an average target of $20.50 on this stock. So there is lots of room for it to run. It has not run. It has not done well, but I think it still can turn around. And usually these run-ups are powerful. And I think this one's got some burn left in it for sure. Number 6 is Ionis Pharmaceuticals. This is IONS. And on Thursday, this finished up 1.79%. My average in it's $49.47. Analysts have an average target on this stock of $69.60. So there is still plenty of room for this to go up. And ARK has been loading up on this stock right around the 48, 49 level. And so multiple buys, multiple days in a row, I think that this stock could really move upwards, especially if that buying continues. They will power it because there's so much money in those ARK funds that they will power it to higher highs, definitely. Number 5 is API. This is Agora. On Thursday, it finished down 1.88%. My average in it's an even $44. And ARK is also buying up shares on this stock. Analysts have a very high target on this of $53 a share. And I think it's definitely worth that. And we definitely could see it move upwards. All right, next, number 4. And this has been a fantastic pick. Hopefully you got in on this right when I started to talk about it, because this has been the big gainer for us here lately. This is SELB. This is Selecta Bio. On Thursday, it finished up 3.46%. If you were patient and you were trying to enter it today, early in the morning on Thursday, there was a nice dip to get in there. Definitely, it showed everything that you're looking for in that entry point video that I talked about earlier. You could have gotten in really well on it, got in about 3% down, and then it finished 3% up by the end of the day. It was definitely good, but this is an insider swing play, and my average in it's $2.26, and we've had it for the last couple of days. And Timothy Springer continues to load up, so loading up big, $4.3 million worth of shares, and analysts have a target on this stock, an average target of $6.71. That is triple the value of where it's at right now. So there is plenty of room for this to go, and with all that insider activity, we can see a big move on this coming up. Number 3 is DOYU. On Thursday, this finished down 2.65%. My average in it's $15.74. ARK Funds is loading huge on this stock, and they keep going back and they keep getting more. And so it's time that you paid attention to this. But this is DOYU. I think that's how you say it. I'm going to say it's DOYU. You know, you do you. Anyway, I think it's kind of funny. Analysts have a target on this stock of $16.50. And so there is a little bit of room for this to run. This has not been treated well here the last couple of days, but ARK Funds believes in it. And so this should really move up. And this could be a 10 times stock someday. There is great potential in this company. All right, number 2 is NVS. On Thursday, this finished up 0.32%. My average in it's $84.41. And this is Novartis. And ARK Funds is loading up on this one also. This is another follow the money pick. I do like these ARK picks because they have so much money going into the stock, and the ARK Funds have been so successful that people are pouring money into it, and they have to invest it somewhere. And Kathy Wood and her team have been really great at picking stocks that really move upwards. And if you look at the performance of those stocks in 2020, I think you'd be very impressed. Anyway, analysts have a target on this of $106.97. So there's still plenty of room for it to run. With them loading up, I think it could definitely do so. All right, number 1, and this had insider activity today. This is an insider swing play, and this is NTRP. This is Neurotrope. And on Thursday, it finished up 1.82%. My average in it's $1.14. And Jonathan Schechter bought a ton of shares at $1.10 per share. I pay strict attention when someone goes in 3 out of 4 days. That shows a lot of conviction, and Jonathan has definitely shown conviction going after this stock. I do a lot of work for this list, so if you could please do me a huge favor and please hit that most amazing and wonderful like button. Also, if you were to do the honor of sharing this with your friends, I'd very much appreciate that. And if you haven't done so already, please subscribe and turn on those bell notifications. So insider activity is starting to pick up. There's starting to be some good news in the market. I do think we could finish off the week strong. Definitely watch this list and you will get some good picks to make your portfolio successful. Every single pick I have a strategy associated with it. I just don't blindly pick anything. Insider swing plays have been the most powerful in the year 2020, and so highly recommend that you pay attention when I talk about those picks. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow, and hopefully you have a great end of the week, and Raythoven out.